Shador Sanders got the start. Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett hurt. First quarter wasn't great. This is 3rd and 9, using his feet. And he's going to run for 10 yards. That's the first down. Keep the drive moving. Later in the drive, it's 3rd and 12. Sanders, Jamari Thrash. But it's short of a first down, so it's 4th down now for the Browns. They go for it on 4th and 1, empty set, trying to evade, and you know what? He's just got to throw this thing away. So a tough start for Shedeur and the Browns. But the second quarter, he found his rhythm, and it was a primetime performance. 2nd and goal, how about finding Caden Davis for 6? And that was an NFL throw. We're tied up at 7 at this point. Later in the second quarter, 2nd and 12 for the Browns, and watch this throw. He evades. Look at the touch. And Luke Floria with the one-handed catch. Great throw. Even better catch by Floria. Later in the drive, Sanders again sidesteps the rush, and that's another touchdown. And you know what? Even LeBron likes it. He's like, yo, that young king looking good out there. Keep it up. Sanders 14 of 23 for 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hey, the Browns win 30-10. Here is Shedeur on his performance.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't nervous, so I didn't really have too much adrenaline. It was just getting comfortable. That's all it is. Plenty of games before, like I was nervous, but I felt like I knew the answers to the test. So it's like when you feel unprepared, then you know, when you don't feel like you're ready for the moment. I know I'm ready for the moment. Did I play up to par? No, I don't feel like I did. But overall, the main goal was to win, and that's honestly what we did.
All right, ahead on SportsCenter, what comes next for Shedeur Sanders and the Browns quarterback competition? But why you should pump the brakes on the idea of Sanders becoming the starter there in Cleveland anytime soon. Panthers starter Bryce Young, look, he was just as impressive in that preseason debut against the Browns. Young only got 2 series of work, but he led Carolina on a touchdown before he took a seat, including a pretty 35-yard deep ball to first-round pick Teteroa McMillan, and he was very efficient as well on the night. 4 of 6, 58 yards passing, and a TD pass.
Brian, last year's NFL darlings were the Commanders. They're facing the Patriots. Maybe this year's NFL darlings started the Mike Vrabel
playoff.
Yeah, they did. More than 21 miles per hour also on the return. Would have been the fastest touchdown the Patriots scored all of last season. They're up 7-0 immediately. 16 rush yards, that score also at 12 yards passing. Patriots win by 30.
Nights in. We'll find a way to show them a little bit of love, both of them, frankly, in their preseason tilt against the Bills. Start with the 3rd overall pick, Mr. Carter. Take a look at him here. Solid rush on 3rd and 15. The inside move gets to Trubisky, but Trubisky gets it out of there. Carter going up against 4-time Pro Bowler Deion Dawkins here. Another nice move from the young pass rusher. Once again, Trubisky, the vet, gets the ball out, but again, nice little duck under to force the movement. 6 snaps for Carter. He would finish with 2 QB pressures. Now for the 25th overall pick, Jaxson Dart. Start of the second quarter, he's letting it fly. Lil Jordan Humphrey, a.k.a. LJ Humphrey out of Texas on the receiving end of this absolute dime as his first NFL touchdown. Just under 7 minutes to go, 1st and 10, Dart showing the elusiveness. Surveys, steps up, takes a shot at the end there. 12 of 19, 154 yards with that touchdown, including 24 yards rushing. Giants go on to win 34-25. Let's get to SportsCenter on the road. Here's Kaylin Kaler.
Effective, aggressive, confident. That's how Giants head coach Brian Daboll described the debut of rookie first-rounder Jaxson Dart. In his first NFL action, Dart put together 3 scoring drives in 4 possessions, including a successful 2-minute drill and a 28-yard touchdown on a go ball while being hit. Not only was he great through the air, but he was also the team's leading rusher. The only person who wasn't impressed? Dart himself. Daboll said Dart told him postgame that his performance was mid.
You know, what's mid now mean? That was mid. You know, that was his response. You know, he's pretty hard on himself, I'll say that. Yeah, you got to ask him about what mid means.
I feel like, personally, like I'm really hard on myself. So in those moments, like I want to capitalize on that. Those possessions in those crunch time situations, really determine the outcome of games. So, like I said, I feel like I can do a lot more.
Daboll was careful not to overemphasize one preseason performance from his rookie quarterback, but he said the traits that Dart displayed were exactly what they saw on tape while scouting him. Next up for Dart and the Giants, joint scrimmages against the Jets, followed by a second preseason game next weekend. From Orchard Park, Kaylin Kaler, ESPN.
SportsCenter on the road is presented by Geico. Get more with Geico.
J.J. McCarthy is essentially a rookie, having missed all of last season, but he was back under center for the Vikings. They were hosting the Texans in their first sideline from McCarthy. Later in the drive, 3rd and 4 now to Lucky Jaxson. Cannot make the catch. Escape. Here's what Justin Jefferson had to say about it.
He's looked comfortable out there. He's going through the motions. I feel like he's making the proper reads. He's not forcing anything. He's just letting the game come to it, which we down.
If he can find Jetta the way he found Addison, they'll be just fine. McCarthy 4-7 for 30 yards. Vikings win by 10. So we're back with Herm Edwards to delve a little further into those performances, beginning with one J.J. McCarthy. First game back in nearly a year after he tore his meniscus, took him out all last season. What'd you see from him?
He had tremendous poise in the pocket, and you liked it. You're talking about a guy got injured.
Right.
Now, this is the first time he's coming back in a live football game. I know it's preseason, but it's live. He was very good in the pocket and got him some early, easy throws. And he is talented, very nice throw. So, when you look at this guy, this is why they drafted him. Right. He's just got to stay healthy. But I tell you what, he has a lot of talent, this young man.
Yeah, that's the thing that was so questionable about him coming out of Michigan was whether or not he was being hidden in that offense. But now he's getting a chance to shine and taking advantage of it. Now, moving over to the G-men. Jaxson Dart, his debut under that franchise. You said he reminds you of another quarterback that Brian Daboll got to coach?
Well, yeah, Josh Allen. Yeah. When you think about it. Now, he's not as big as Josh Allen, sure, but he's mobile like Josh Allen. And he has tremendous arm talent and strength. When you watch him play, I said, if you're Coach Daboll, you're saying, this guy reminds me of that guy that plays in Buffalo that I got to coach. Because he's big, he's strong. Look at his throw here. He's getting hit, stays in the pocket. Nice throw there. So the Giants, you got yourself a quarterback. There's no doubt about that. And you look at him here. Watch him run. Reminds you a lot of Josh Allen the way he plays football. Look, he does. Now, you got to tell him you got to go down. Right. Don't take those hits. You got to tell him to slide. Right. Know when the journey's over, protect yourself and slide.
Feet first instead of head first. That's exactly how you make yourself.
Don't get hit.
Give yourself a long career in this league.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Giants fans are certainly hopeful. We will see how it all pans out, but always appreciate the knowledge, sir. But the one and only number 1, Cam Ward. He and the Titans taking on the Buccaneers. Early second quarter is where we get it started. Ward's second drive after a 3-and-out. Plenty of time and plenty of poise. Finding Calvin Ridley, a 27-yard gain for his first completion of the game. Very next play, it's after a penalty, 1st and 20 for him. This time showing off the touch. Over one defender, underneath another one, a first down to, once again, Calvin Ridley. 2 plays later, it's more Ward to Ridley. 13-yard gain on 3 targets. He was 3 for 3 to the veteran wideout. First down, Titans. Later in the drive, it's 3rd and 9. Money down. This time finding Chigokonkwo for the at the sticks for a first down. And then 3 plays later, Tyler Lockett on the receiving end. 2nd and goal now. Tony Pollard does the dirty work. Titans would lose, though.
I felt good operation-wise. We really didn't have any MAs. I think the biggest thing was just us being able to play in a real game atmosphere together, getting the vibe of each other, and then playing together like we did. It's not really too different from college. It's just more being, I would say, alerted on 3rd downs. Just the cans that you can get to in Coach Callahan's offense, and then just getting the ball out when it needs to be out. I got to maximize my drives. I had a 3-and-out in the first quarter, and that was all we did. So just maximizing my drives and, just trying to continuously move the chains. You got to be able to get a defensive break.
Number 2 off the board was the potential two-way contributor for the Jags, Travis Hunter. First preseason game for him was against the Steelers. First quarter, Jags 3rd and 5 at their own 39. Hunter, number 2 receiver from the top of your screen, Trevor Lawrence, finding him on the quick slant route. Nice little easy pitch and catch to get the juices flowing. That's a gain of 3. Later in the drive, it's 3rd and 12. Lawrence from the gun. Hunter out of the bunch, tries to spin out of the tackle there, but gets taken down. Some fast feet from the youngin. 6-yard gain, 10 offensive snaps for him. Those were his 2 receptions, totaling 9 yards. In the second quarter, Hunter lined up at corner, nub side of the offense, goes